Next on Arts Place, adventures with Present Music. Kevin Stalheim and his musicians are developing an international reputation, and producer Anthony Wood found out why.
New music is just, it's all over the map these days. There's so many styles and things, and I think the variety that's in that, I guess, in new music and new composers, what they're doing is, it's just so varied and exciting that I think that gives our programs a lot of life. They're not predictable.
Predictable is definitely not the word used to describe Milwaukee's premier performers of music's newest pieces, written by the world's most promising composers. Formed nearly a decade ago by conductor-musician Kevin Stalheim, Present Music has dedicated itself to opening and expanding the walls of classical music, and giving their audience a chance to hear the wide variety of music invented by the talented composers of today and tomorrow.
I guess Present Music is, it's known for doing music of living composers, which gives, I think, a lot of spice to our programming, just not always knowing what you're going to hear, and sometimes kind of challenging work, sometimes fun work.
Performing the works of new composers is just one dimension in Present Music's varied personality. They also have the unique opportunity to bring in the composer to work and perform with the group.
We've brought in composers here and there in the past, but now it's almost every concert. And we're able to bring composers from California, New York, or whatever, and bring them here for not just a day, but a week residency where they rehearse with us and might conduct the group. They do workshops and sit right there and tell us how they want their music to sound. So that's really exciting, especially with the level of composers that we're able to get right now.
The guest composer at this particular concert is Michael Torke. What was it about Michael's compositions that interested Kevin and the ensemble?
Well, describing music is always a kind of a scary business, but I'll give it a shot. I guess when I think of his music, I think of it as being incredibly organized, well-crafted, makes a lot of sense, but it transcends the boring computer-like aspect of that, and it's also very exciting. And he orchestrates really well. We're just doing a piece for, I think it's 9 people. And when you hear the sound that he comes up with 2 vibraphones and the different winds and the combinations and how the piano brings that sound out, it sounds about like 15 people or so. I mean, it's a really exciting sound with color.
the idea of working closely with the composer brings special challenges to the work.
Every composer's different. Some really get their hands into things, and they have opinions about just about everything, but most of them that I've worked with, even when they're opinionated, are interested in other opinions. And so everyone has a lot to say, actually. In a group this small, that's kind of an advantage, or at least a difference from a big symphony, that you can stop and talk kind of casually about an idea rather than one person dictating. So even though I'm the conductor and the leader, and I do have a lot to say, there are a lot of other people that are doing, you know, putting things into the mix. So there's a wide range with that. Now I'm trying to form a corps of 5 musicians, where each concert uses those musicians, but also additional musicians. But those musicians change, the additional ones. And what I like about that is that there's a lot of option for different kinds of concerts. One might have 4 percussion, one might have brass, one might not have any brass, but always those 5 guys are there.
Present Music also performs their concerts with some classical and definitely unclassical artists and musicians.
It's very common for us to invite guest artists outside of our classical music genre, including not just actors and poets and dancers, but also people that might be jazz musicians or rock musicians, that kind of thing. That just, you know, it's just an exciting dimension, I think, to bring different kinds of things together. I've learned so much from those people. They do a lot of things that we classical musicians don't do that I admire a lot.
The ensemble is branching out from local performing and has conducted workshops and concerts in Japan and New York.
エネルギーが溢れ出てきて、そして関わりがあるので、消化っていう、そういったその音、色といって。
Recording in the studio is another aspect the group is exploring.
You know, it's a learning experience for everybody, and I think if you go to a lot of classical concerts, you kind of know what to expect. It's great music, but because you've heard it before, you know what to expect. Sometimes, well, it's just a difference in what we do. Less predictable.